What if I told you that the Boston Celtics might be on the verge of a shocking trade that could change the course of their championship run? Speculation is swirling around a blockbuster deal that could see a key player leaving the team, raising questions about the future of our beloved squad. As we dive into this potential shakeup, you'll want to know how it could impact our chances this season and beyond. Make sure you subscribe and hit that like button to stay on top of all Celtics news. The Boston Celtics are in the midst of a season where they've built a powerhouse, boasting a 47-18 record, yet the air feels thick with uncertainty. With the Cleveland Cavaliers currently taking the league by storm and holding a staggering 55-10 record, there's a palpable sense of urgency among fans. This season, the Celtics have made bold moves, acquiring Kristaps Porzingis and Drew Holiday to bolster their roster, but now there's chatter about potentially trading Holiday in a shocking blockbuster scenario. The proposed deal would see the Celtics swap Drew Holiday for Tobias Harris, along with Marcus Sasser and a second-round pick from the Raptors. On the surface, this deal seems to revolve around salary cap implications. With a projected payroll of over $223 million for next season, moving on from Holiday's hefty $32.4 million contract, which runs until 2028, could clear some space. Tobias Harris, with an expiring contract of $26.6 million, might appear more manageable financially, but I have to ask, is this the right move for the Celtics? Drew Holiday has been a pivotal part of this team, averaging 10.7 points, 4.3 rebounds, and 3.6 assists this season. While he might not light up the scoreboard, his defensive prowess is unmatched. He's not just a player. He's a glue guy who complements Derek White perfectly, providing a defensive backbone that lets Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown shine. Offensively, moving on from him feels like a step backward, especially when you consider the chemistry this team has built. The Celtics have invested heavily in their championship core, and Brad Stevens has made it clear that he believes in this group. If they were to entertain a trade, it feels more logical to explore options with players like Kristaps Porzingis, who has shown inconsistency due to availability. Why would they break up a championship-caliber squad for what looks like a lateral move at best? Harris, while a solid player, is not the type of impact player the Celtics need right now. In my opinion, trading Holiday could make the Celtics worse, particularly on the defensive end. It's not just about salary, it's about the heart and soul of the team. I get that the financial aspect is crucial, especially with looming contracts, but when you have a window to compete for championships, you need to prioritize winning now over future cap space. Let's not forget the Pistons' perspective either. Why would they want to take on Holiday's declining contract when they are in a rebuilding phase? Sure, his experience could be beneficial, but he doesn't fit the timeline of their young core led by Cade Cunningham. They're looking for a long-term partner for Cunningham, not a short-term stopgap. This proposed trade feels more like a panic move than a strategic one. The Celtics are in the prime of their championship window, and even if they falter in the playoffs, overreacting to a tough season could jeopardize their future. Change for the sake of change can lead to disaster. The Celtics should be focused on refining their strengths, not dismantling them. Honestly, I'm torn here. While I understand the need to manage the salary cap, there's something about this potential trade that feels off. Are we really ready to give up on a player like Holiday, who brings so much to the table, just to save a few bucks? I can't help but think there are better options out there. Deals that wouldn't compromise our defense or the chemistry we've built. So, what do you think? Should the Celtics pull the trigger on this trade? Or should they hold firm with their current roster and look for other solutions? I want to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Are you in favor of moving Holiday for Harris? Or do you believe the Celtics should keep their championship core intact? The Boston Celtics made some interesting moves leading up to the trade deadline, and one of the most talked about decisions was the trade of Jaden Springer. Now, as a passionate Celtics fan, I have to say, this one has me feeling a bit mixed. On one hand, I totally understand the financial motivations. With Springer making over $4 million and not being a regular part of the rotation, it made sense for the Celtics to offload his salary, especially as they aimed to balance the books. But on the other hand, there's a part of me that wonders if the potential of a young player like Springer could have been harnessed differently. Brad Stevens gave him a heads up about the trade, which I think shows a lot about the Celtics' management style. I appreciate that transparency, but I can't help but feel a little bittersweet about the whole situation. Springer was a promising talent who came to the Celtics via a trade with the Philadelphia 76ers last year, and even though he didn't see much court time, he was part of the championship team. It's tough to let go of a player who was there during such a significant moment in franchise history. He's young, just 22, and he has plenty of time to grow. But as we've seen before, potential doesn't always translate to opportunity, especially on a team that is in win-now mode like the Celtics. Since joining the Utah Jazz, Springer hasn't seen much playing time, and that's concerning for any fan who wants to see a young player develop. He's appeared in 6 games, averaging 3.5 points, 1.2 rebounds, and 1.5 assists. Those numbers don't jump off the page, but I'm hoping that being part of a rebuilding team like the Jazz will provide him with the opportunities he needs to showcase his talents. It's a classic situation of what could have been for Celtics fans. Now, I want to hear from you. Do you think this was the best decision for the Celtics? Honestly, I'm torn. On one hand, the salary cap space is crucial as we look to make moves that can put us back in title contention. On the other hand, letting go of a young player like Springer could backfire if he develops into a key contributor for another team. The Celtics are in a unique position where they need to balance current success with future potential, and that's no easy task. With the Celtics not making significant moves at the deadline, it raises the question of what's next for this team. Are we looking at a strategic pause, or is there more in store for the roster? I know many fans, including myself, are eager to see how the front office navigates the remainder of the season, especially with the playoffs on the horizon. And you, what do you think? I want to hear your opinions down below. Do you believe the Celtics made the right call with Springer, or should they have held on to him a bit longer? The emotional weight of these decisions can't be understated, especially when it comes to our beloved team. As fans, we're all invested in the future direction of the Celtics and how each move impacts our chances of success. As we continue to watch the team develop, it's important to stay engaged with the decisions being made. Every trade, every signing, every game matters, and it's crucial for us as fans to be part of that conversation. So, if you want to keep up with all the latest updates on the Boston Celtics, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Activate that notification bell to get all the latest updates, because you won't want to miss what's coming next for our team. Let's keep this debate going. Your thoughts are what make this community so special.